Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Pregnant woman charged with murder gets $400,000 bail. 18-year-old bartender Rochelle Watson of Mount Ugly, St. Andrew, who is charged with murder, was granted bail in the sum of $400,000 with sureties when she appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. She is charged with the murder of 29-year-old Ryan West of Mount Ugly. The allegations are that the accused, who is also known as Miss Jane, and the deceased had a dispute on July 8, and a knife was used to stab him in the upper body. Watson, who is being represented by attorney-at-law Alicia Robb Cunningham, is to return to court on September 13. In making the bail application, Robb Cunningham asked the judge to take into account the age of the accused and the fact that she is pregnant. She also submitted that Watson was not a flight risk and will turn up for court. The judge, in granting bail, ordered Watson not to contact witnesses in the case and to relocate from her present address. Tattoo artist charged with fatal stabbing of Portland businessman. Detectives from the Port Antonio Criminal Investigations Branch arrested and charged a tattoo artist for the stabbing death of a man on Harbor Street in Portland on Monday. The deceased has been identified as 56-year-old Robert Grant, a businessman of Harper Lane, Port Antonio in the parish. Charged is 28-year-old Riston Roman, otherwise called Gaza, of Red Hills Road in Port Antonio, Portland. Reports are that about 4:05 p.m., Grant was conducting business in a store when he was pounced upon by Roman, who was armed with a knife. The argument developed between them and a tussle ensued. During the tussle, Roman inflicted several wounds to Grant's upper body. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Grant was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Quick police action led to the apprehension of Roman in the vicinity of the scene. A knife was also recovered, and he was later charged after a question and answer interview was conducted. His court date is being finalized. Man fined $100,000 for false declaration on passport application. A man was fined $100,000 for presenting false information on his passport application when he appeared before the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Christopher Daly pleaded guilty to making a false declaration. According to the court documents, Daly went to the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency (PICA) in May of this year to renew his Jamaican passport. During the process, it was discovered that he was the subject of a double identity. The system showed that a passport in the name Kenneth Lloyd Chisholm was issued to him on March 13, 2009, but it was never used. When given the opportunity to speak, Daly told the court that he had no knowledge of the passport because he had never received it. In passing the sentence, presiding judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley ordered Daly to pay a fine of $100,000 or 30 days in prison. COVID cases continue to rise in Jamaica, says Tufton. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton says there has been an uptick in the number of positive COVID-19 cases in the country. COVID continues to show signs of increase. I spoke to it last week in the Parliament, where I indicated that on average we have seen current about 100 cases a month since January. I'm told up to last night that we're now seeing 130 cases, Tufton said. Tufton was addressing the post-cabinet press briefing at the Banquet Hall Jamaica House on Wednesday. Up to July 15, there had been 37 active COVID-19 cases in St. Thomas, and Parish Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Stimmett, stressed that the disease remained a priority for the health department. However, the Minister of Health said there was no need at this point to once again make the wearing of masks mandatory for everyone, but to urge vulnerable groups to take precautions. Against this background, the Health Minister emphasized that while confirmed cases have increased, there has since been a significant rise in the number of deaths. The good part of that, of course, is that we're not seeing any significant increase in deaths, which is the extreme case. Every death is regrettable, of course, but the fact that we're seeing increase in positivity, it means that it will be an impact on hospitalization and bed occupancy. And the fact that people are in the hospital means the probability of people dying will increase, so we can't take it lightly, he emphasized. He is urging the nation's most vulnerable to take the necessary steps to remain COVID-19 free. Our message continues to be, if you are vulnerable, if you are in the doubt, if you are concerned, see your doctor. There are infection prevention and control mechanisms that are standard operating procedures, such as mask wearing, sanitization, avoiding the crowd, particularly If you fall in the vulnerable category over 65, underlying conditions, cancer, frontline workers, he stated. The minister will continue to monitor the COVID-19 situation closely, he added.
COVID continues to show signs of increase. I spoke to it last week in the parliament, where I indicated that on average we were carrying about 100 cases a month since January. I'm told that this is up to last night. Trend is a general increase. Overall daily hospitalization from hospital census running over 100 last week. This week it's 130, both confirmed and suspected. So we treat them once they're suspected as if they're confirmed until otherwise. Isolation ward occupancy was averaging about 20% of available space last week. It's about 30% this week. Persons classified as moderately ill moved from 13 to 22 in the space of a week. We have 2 severely ill, no critically ill. In addition to lab results, confirmed cases increasing, there's also increase in hospitalization. General bed occupancy, that is for all patients, remain high. Western Regional Health Authority and SARA over 90%, 60 to 70% in NERA and SARA. And KPH, Spanish Town and Linstead are over 90%. What generally it means is that we are seeing an uptick in COVID cases. I did say that in the parliament this week. We're monitoring it closely. The good part of that, of course, is that we're not seeing any significant increases in deaths, which is the extreme case. Every death is regrettable, of course. But the fact that we're seeing increases in positivity, it means that it will have an impact for hospitalization and bed occupancy. And the fact that people are in hospital means the probability of people dying will increase, so we can't take it lightly.
5 people on drug charges granted bail. 5 individuals were granted bail in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday after being arrested following police operation earlier this month in Erenchura, Montego Bay, St. James that netted a quantity of cocaine and more than $500,000 in cash. Barrington Kerr, 51, Karen Kerr, 44, and Janessa Kerr, 23, all of Erenchura, Montego Bay, St. James, are charged with conspiracy, possession, dealing in, and attempting to export cocaine, and using premises to manufacture and distribute cocaine. Dias 25 of Cash Hill, Hanover, and Percival Parkins of Cascade District, also in Hanover, have also been charged. Attorney at law Martin Thomas represents all of the defendants, while Attorney Jermaine Campbell and Henry McCurdy join Thomas in representing Dias, Karen Kerr, and Janessa Kerr, the daughter of the 2 Kerrs. According to court documents, between July 9 and 10, an intelligence-driven operation was carried out at Kerr's Erenchura apartment, where all accused persons were seen. Barrington Kerr was served with a warrant under the Dangerous Drug Act, and the premises was searched. During a search, the couple's bedroom, a bag was searched, and it revealed 9 packages of Maggi coconut milk and Lasco packages, all of which contained cocaine. The quantity was not disclosed. A further search of the premises yielded $570,000 and a motor vehicle on the premises, which was also searched, yielding several empty Maggi coconut milk powder packages and empty Ziploc bags. A field test on the empty packages reportedly revealed the presence of cocaine. The motor car is registered to a company owned by the 2 elder Kerrs. The 5 accused were subsequently arrested and charged. The prosecution did not oppose bail, but did request stringent conditions. During the bail hearing, McCurdy expressed concern about Karen Kerr's health, stating that she was scheduled to undergo a number of medical tests and that he was surprised she lasted so long in the cell. Campbell stated that Dias had no prior dealings with the law and had only gone to visit when the operation took place. Meanwhile, Thomas stated that Barrington Kerr intended to vigorously defend the charges and that Parkins has denied the allegations. Following the lawyer's submission, Presiding Judge Sasha Marie Simit Ashley granted Barrington and Karen Kerr bail in the sum of $2 million each, with reporting conditions, $1 million of which must be a cash bond. The other 3 defendants were each granted bail in the sum of $300,000, with up to 2 sureties along with reporting requirements. Additionally, all 5 accused are to surrender all travel documents and a stop order placed on all ports. The case is set for mention again on October 3rd. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell